Douglas. Hey, brother. We covered a lot today, but we focused on, in the key of A, deconstructing this triad and thinking about three types of harmonic sequences. The first one being a pure major diatonic. Pedaling that open A when you want to. Changing to the E when you want a 5, or the D when you want a 4. Then the natural diatonic minor, so minor, diminished, major, minor, minor, major, major. And then we talked mostly about the pentatonic series, meaning a series of major chords based on the roots of a pentatonic, minor pentatonic specifically, scale. So if you think about your A note here, you can think about your minor pentatonic, A, C, D, E, G, A. So we'll harmonize that with pure major triads. Don't mind my attitudiness, I've been teaching all day. And then what we did was we sort of worked out on that and had a lot of fun improvising within that. If you're in A, of course, the open G. And the key of G is great because then you always have the open note as your tonic. But then we deconstructed this triad and we said, okay, it's comprised of 3 different intervals. The lowest 2 notes, the D and the G string, form a perfect fourth. So you can take perfect fourths. And your song is based in perfect fourths. Then you could take the high 2 voices and get major thirds. Screw something out there. Or you could isolate the G and the D string, the 4th and 2nd string, to get 6. And then we talked about applying that same principle to the natural major and the natural minor. So in the major, it's more complicated because thirds tend to be major or minor and to follow a very strict pattern. So A major, you have to keep thinking about it. Where thirds, fourths and fifths you don't have to think about because only the 7th degree is awkward. And then in the minor, it's the 2nd degree that's awkward. Then you can do that in the minor. Because when you do the fourths in those keys, they're pretty standard. So you do the fourths in A major, they're all perfect fourths, except the G sharp. You have a D and a G sharp. Excuse me. And then in the minor, it's basically the same, but following the minor scale. So 1, the 2 would be the augmented fourth, and then it's perfect fourths. And then of course the pentatonic series is the most standard. We've already done that. So that's most of what we talked about, and thinking about them as 3 distinctive colors. So pure major has a very specific color, pure minor, and then the pentatonic series immediately sounds like blues rock. Jack White, Led Zeppelin, the Black Crowes, Southern rock, Rolling Stones, all those types of bands. So have fun, experiment.